This is Suave and Friends, episode 7. You're probably asking, why is he whispering? Well, earlier, me and my guest thought it would be funny if we do ASMR.
Hello.
I don't even know what it means, but here's my guest.
Hi.
Nicole.
Hi. I think ASMR means auditory, sensory meridian response.
I've never been to the meridian,
Some people,
but it sounds fun.
Some people really hate it, but it like gives you tingles in your head. Or like that kind of shit. It makes you fall asleep. Anyways.
I was going to say, how long did you want to keep going? But okay,
we're good.
Switch back. Okay. Anyways, welcome to Suave and Friends.
I got nervous.
This is my guest, Nicole. Hello, Nicole.
Hello.
How this came about, me and Nicole had talked about this a long time ago being on an episode. I had plans for another episode for this one. We were at her party, and she brought it up like, yo, when are you going to bring me on? I'm like, oh, this is perfect because I just got canceled on. So we rushed her to the front gate, and now we're in here. How do you feel?
I was supposed to be on in June, but I'll get over it.
That's true. That's very true. Things happened. In June, I did the New York episodes.
Yeah.
So it was a really work-filled month, and it was my birthday and stuff like that.
Oh, yeah. I was like, look at him go.
I know. And here we are, episode 7. I have plans for 8, 9, 10. And I think I stopped it at 10 because I don't want to really think past. I want to really give my devotion to these next couple of episodes. So, but I'm glad to have you on.
Thank you.
Let's start with like a basic question just to kick it off.
Okay.
Tell us some things about yourself. Who are we? Who am I speaking to? Who am I to you? Like, how do we know each other?
This is what I said when people ask me, so tell me about yourself. I'm just like, what?
Yeah, it's the lamest question, but usually like when I have people on, like they'll be like artists or producers or OnlyFans models or clothing brand owners and stuff like that. So like, what do people know you by?
The local cryptids.
What are cryptids for people who don't know?
Basically they're just kind of like your folklore monsters. Kind of like the easiest way to say what is a cryptid, it's like Bigfoot, Mothman,
Loch Ness Monster.
Jinx.
So I was talking with the producer here, Richie. We were naming stuff like that, and I was saying that you're really into that kind of stuff. The Monsters universe as well. I had to explain to him who that was. So for people who don't know, who's the Monsters universe? It's
literally just the classic monsters.
Yeah.
The universal classic monsters: Frankenstein's monster, Bride of Frankenstein, Wolfman. Yeah, I really like the Dracula. It's Bela Lugosi.
And like a mummy or something like that. Isn't Mummy in there?
The Mummy's in it as well. So is Phantom of the Opera, and technically Hunchback of Notre Dame, like the old one.
Right.
Kind of, yeah, but yeah.
I'm feeling like the Hunchback of Notre Dame right now.
I literally,
my position.
We have a family hump. My mom's the only one that doesn't have it because she sits like this.
Right. The rest of this episode, I'm going to be straight up. There is like a few things I want to get into. I think what's the funniest thing we do right now is just pull one funny thing out of your bag, because she brought a bag with a lot of tricks and
God, you're making me sound like a mid-tier comedian.
Right.
Like
so here we have Carrot Top. With her bag of gifts and jokes. What's one of the... How about bring out that last card you showed me? Let's talk about that.
Oh, yeah.
The black one.
Oh.
If you want to.
Yeah.
Okay.
We were just talking about it. Stop. We were just talking about it randomly. I'm an ordained minister.
Everybody check it out here. Can I show this?
Yeah. That's my maiden name on it. It's fine.
Let me see. It doesn't have anything. Okay.
No.
She is an ordained minister. And actually, let me see it again. The card,
it's Universal Life Ministries.
This is actually pretty fire. So what does this mean?
I can legally perform weddings, other services. I don't remember exactly, but my friend was getting married, and she was talking on Facebook about like, oh, it's so expensive to find someone to marry you, and I'm like, if you pay for the license, I'll do it for free. Right. So it was like $40, and here I am.
So. Did you have to go to classes or?
You literally just sign up online.
Wow.
Yeah.
Anybody did they say yes?
Yeah.
There's no sort of like background check or.
You don't need to know. You're just going to be like technically one of the official witnesses. Yeah. And you're like, okay, I perform this. They're good. Sign.
What do you? So you know how to do the whole setup? Like,
they give you a script. You can print out scripts or just like the bride and groom what they want you to say.
How serious on a scale of 1 to 10 would you take doing one?
Right now, I don't remember anything.
Oh, so
it's like over 3 years ago.
Someone give me a tablet and I'll just read it off of there.
But yeah, that's literally what I did. I had printed out a sheet.
Yeah.
And just kind of had it in like a little folder, and I'm like, we are all gathered here today.
Right.
To unify whatever in holy matrimony.
Yeah.
Type deal. But yeah.
I think
I was so nervous.
So wait, you could just like you could do it at someone's house?
You can do it anywhere. Literally anywhere.
You don't have to go to like a church or like a
not unless they want you to.
Wow. What's
because it's just a legal document, it's not a religious document.
Oh.
Yep.
What's a not since we're on the topic of it, what's a dream like wedding celebration for you? Like people do like.
Well, I'm going to talk about
church.
For myself because I'm married, but we didn't have a wedding.
Right,
we eloped. I would just like to go. For me personally, I want to go to Paris.
Right.
So just have like a quick little ceremony, literally anywhere.
Right.
And then just go to Disneyland Paris.
Right.
That's all I want to do.
Have you been to Disneyland California?
Yes.
Yeah.
I love it.
So here's my.
Oh my god.
What do you like? What do you like about it?
Everything. I was like crying.
What do you dislike about it?
That it's so far.
Yeah. Okay. So I went there.
The rides are so scary. Like in the main area, the little kid rides in Fantasyland.
Oh yeah.
The Pinocchio ride.
Yeah.
Mr. Toad. That shit's horrifying.
I don't think I went on that one. I think when I went in, I went to Buzz Lightyear like always.
Yeah. It used to be Snow White's Scary Adventure. And I was like screaming in there. Like I have a video, I'll look it up later, but it's just like me and my friends and like one of the animatronics moves and it's the witch and it was like her. I think it's still there.
Wait, in place of the Buzz Lightyear one? Like you're
shooting no.
Oh, I'm thinking like you're shooting stuff in Snow White Village.
No, it's just a normal like dark ride. But it's the evil queen and she turns around and like you see it from the back in the mirror and the animatronic turns around and it's the hag, like the witch, and I wasn't expecting that. We're like this close. I just screamed so loud.
Oh, it's like one of the sitting ones. So showing
and everyone just started laughing.
Those ones are, some of them are fire. Yeah. Like what's the animatronics and the story on the Splash Mountain?
Yeah,
I love that one. Ever since I was a kid, I like to go on that one. But I went to Disneyland and I had took photos of the castle, like me with the castle in the background.
So small, right?
Yo, as soon as I posted them and then like I went a couple of rides and I look back on the comments, people are like, where the fuck are you at? Like, what is that place? I'm like, oh, this is Disneyland California. They're like, why is a castle so small? And everybody started roasting me. Yeah, so they're one of the smallest ones.
Yeah.
And one of the biggest one is called a Storybook Castle, and it's Shanghai.
Oh yeah, that one's beautiful.
And it actually like a huge like I forgot who they said it was. Like the castle from, I think the Snow White.
No,
villain?
they just put like a lot of the way they did it, they wanted to incorporate like Disney and then the actual like Chinese culture, so they did like a big mix of that.
Right.
Have you seen the live action Mulan?
No, I actually haven't.
So when it opens, like you know how it does the Disney castle with like whatever flying over it?
Yeah.
They use the Shanghai castle for it.
Oh yeah.
It's dope.
Okay.
Yeah, it's like opening the movie.
It's usually the Orlando one, right?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah.
The Cinderella castle.
What I do like about this, because I haven't been to Disney World in a while, Magic Kingdom or none of it.
Me neither. I miss it a little bit.
Me too.
I'm not a Disney adult for people. I'm not cringe in that way.
Yeah.
But yeah.
Oh my God, I have to meet Mickey and Goofy.
Okay, but I do be crying when I see Tinkerbell, and I'm just like.
But there's people who like really like go to like all of the little niche. I mean, everybody has.
It is interesting if you like Disney.
Some people do take it over the top though.
A little bit.
What would you think if you got proposed to at Disney?
I would say no.
I
would probably say
around like, oh my God, that's your worst nightmare.
Yes, and I told my now husband, like when we were having like the talks, like yeah, we're gonna get married, all this stuff, and I'm like, you better not do it in a public area. I will say no, or like I'll say yes for like the show, and then we'll go back. I'm like, no, we're done.
Yeah,
no,
like yes for everybody, but no to save the embarrassment.
Absolutely not. Yeah.
On Disney, I like it or Disneyland because it's like Magic Kingdom, but it also has the Star Wars thing.
Yeah.
Oh my God, that was like the best experience.
First time I did Star Wars.
Right.
There.
And then when I came back, I told my sister let's go, and she's like, no, Star Wars here is in like MGM Studios or some shit like
Hollywood,
that.
yeah.
I'm like, what? That's like the least best one. So they put that there for make people spend money there.
Same with Toy Story Land.
Is there?
Yeah.
Oh wow.
I haven't gone to that park in a while.
I don't think I've ever been there.
It's been like pre-COVID since I've been to Disney.
Pre-COVID. Oh yeah.
Like 2019.
Same. I think the last time I went was like 2014 14 or 15.
I actually did go in 2020 January, right before everything shut down.
Right.
Coming back from my first trip to New York.
Ooh, tell me about that.
That was fun.
I love New York.
That was really fun.
How old are you?
2 years ago.
Okay, so you're an adult.
I think I was 24 when I went.
So
yeah.
What do you... Oh, hello. We have a guest here.
Because my birthday.
This is coming on camera.
Hi, kitty.
There's a cat here for everybody who doesn't know. Sorry.
It's just like staring at me.
Hey, what was that, buddy? Oh, he didn't want to say anything now.
I saw a documentary on cats on Netflix. It's really interesting if you like cats.
Cats?
If you like slow blink at them. Yeah.
Try it.
No, I don't like cats.
Oh, she's looking at you. I think it's a she.
You got it. Shoo shoo. I'm going to get canceled for saying I don't like cats.
Oh, no? You feel like a cat lady. You have a Halle Berry haircut.
I'll kill you.
From that movie, she does
I
have that
say
haircut.
I'm very cat-like,
Right.
most likely, but I don't like cats. And we have that mutual respect of where it's just like we keep the distance with cats, yes.
Give people a background, because you have a certain aesthetic too. Have everybody noticed like the tattoos and stuff like that?
Mm-hmm.
Like what kind of like inspires your look? Because you do have a
middle school emo
1990s The Craft look, you know what I mean?
Oh,
like,
yeah.
But it works. It looks really good. Like so
everybody says I look like Nancy Downs.
Yeah.
I think her name's Fairuza Balk.
I was gonna say Faruka Banks. I don't know.
No, Fairuza Balk.
She's going to. I've seen people meet her at like Comic Cons and stuff like that.
Like Spooky Empire and stuff.
Yeah, she shows up.
They're still announcing, but I think I'm gonna go dressed as Nancy. That's why I'm also growing my hair out.
Yes.
It's like all crunchy from the gel.
And she does the pen over the lips, right?
I think so.
I think she does.
Yeah.
So what are some of like your inspirations? Like I know we talked about the Monsters universe. I know we talked about like for your look specifically.
Well, now as an adult, like growing up, I'm an only child, traditional Hispanic parents and such. So it's just like, no, don't dress like this. Don't dress like that. Right. That's weird. And then I was also like in my friend group, like the only Hispanic girl amongst white people. So it's just kind of like, I got to kind of fit in a little bit, you know, but this is how I would want to dress when I was a teenager. Right. And now that I'm an adult in my own apartment, I'm just like, I'm just going to wear whatever the fuck I want.
I feel the same way. Yeah. I feel like I've kind of had like the same sort of style, like whatever, like a urban streetwear, whatever. But of course, now that you're an adult and you have like real money, you can buy like the actual things you wanted. Like shit that me, when I was younger, would love to have all the stuff that I have now.
Yeah.
Or the insight that I have now. But I think that's dope.
It's like sometimes when I look in the mirror or like when I'm at work, people kind of like, oh, how old are you? Right. And they're expecting me to say like 21 at like max, and I'm like, oh, I'm 27 now, and they look at me like, okay.
Yeah. I don't know what happened.
I had like purple hair, the split green and black at work, everything, and they're just like,
I never remember how old I am until like my birthday comes around. Like I feel like I'm still
so old.
I feel like I'm young.
I feel old.
Yeah.
Just turned 27. I'm like, fuck, I'm almost 30.
I just turned 28. Yeah.
You don't look in the mirror and you're just like, oh, it's a steady decline from here.
No, you know why? I feel like I'm picking it up now while I'm still young, like taking care of my body, eating the right stuff, like working out and stuff like that.
We should have done that when we were 18.
Yeah, exactly. Well, I've been on and off. Like there was a point in my life where I was super skinny. I was running every single day and I was looking really good. Like I had a flat stomach, no chest, you know what I mean? Like, but then like, life came around and started getting money and started eating food all the time.
I think that's where it starts. It's like, oh, I have my own car now. I have money. Right. Who's going to tell me I can't eat McDonald's every single day? No one.
And it's just, a lot of shit happened in life. But I feel like the earlier you catch it, like it's going to be easier now than it would be like when I'm 30, 35, 40. You know what I mean? So.
And that's why.
The time is now.
And
the future is now. Oh,
that's
man.
why I did what I did.
Right, shout out to Planet Fitness. You said that's why. Oh, let's talk about that.
Yeah.
Yes. Thank you. So, go ahead.
So, like, I wasn't even that fat to begin with. I was like, I don't mind talking numbers either. I was like 226 at like my max.
Right.
And of course, with like Hispanic families, like, se está poniendo gorda. Like,
and you're not necessarily like short either.
No, I was bigger, but it was like decently proportioned for my height.
Right.
And then my mom, of course, she's just like, oh, I'll pay for weight loss surgery. I'm like, okay, if you're going to pay for it. And this was like right before COVID. So I had all quarantine to just chill. What
are the qualifications for that?
In the United States, it's kind of hard. You have to be like, I think they want to be like over 300, 400. And I'm just like, I'll die if I do that here.
Right.
So I went to Mexico. And everyone tells me I'm stupid, but I'm like, no, that was a really nice place.
What was the experience like? Tell me, like, have you ever been to Mexico?
No, not before that.
Okay, so you got out the plane, boom.
No, so we landed in San Diego. Normally they go pick you up, and my mom and I wanted to just explore a day in San Diego, so we got there earlier, and they picked us up from the Airbnb the next day. But I was just going around, like I had already gone to California once before, but this was like not San Diego.
Yeah, it kind of feels like the weather kind of feels the same. It's like right in the same place.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And it was just like we were just going on a walk, and I was fasting at the time, so I see
What
all
city was this?
San Diego.
But for Mexico.
Oh, Tijuana. Like
Okay.
it was literally like not even a 40-minute drive down. Yeah. So then like they picked us up, all this stuff. I was already fasting, and they told me, oh, you were fasting for an extra day than you had to. And I'm like, you're telling me I could have eaten all these tacos, all this bullshit.
Fucking love
I was
tacos.
mad. I was so mad. But you go in there, they do the surgery. After the fact, it's like they want you to walk it off in a sense to release gas.
Yeah. Okay.
So you have to release all the gas. That was like the most painful part of it. And they want me to walk to like burp. And I'm like, no. I know my body. Give me a second. And I'm like, lay me down on my side, loudest burp. And like out the back as well. And I'm like, oh, I feel so much better now.
And did it hurt like the surgery that they did? Like, did it hurt your inside?
After the fact, no. It was just the gas. Because they fill up like the stomach with some gas to be able to work with the machines. Right. It's really, if you watch my 600-pound life, they actually show you what goes on.
But that's crazy. Yeah. So it's crazy to think like, it's not crazy, but like you said, 600-pound life versus, people, like you said, you're only 220 and you're probably like 5'6", 5'7".
Technically 5'5" and a half.
5'5" and a half. Okay. So
legally, but
almost,
it's 5'6".
Almost guessed it right. And that's not, like you said, that's not like 600-pound life at all. But that's dope. So you got the surgery afterwards, you walked it off, and then how long did it take for you to get down to like this size?
Well, right after, when they cut out like 85 to 90% of your stomach, it's like a little banana shape that's left. Instantly with that, 10 pounds.
Right.
And then it was a little slow start, but each week almost, like probably every other week, almost 10 pounds.
Right.
And then you kind of plateau. I plateaued at like 160, and I was like, this isn't that bad, but like, come on, we can do better than this. And I kind of just started walking more and such.
Yeah.
And then my lowest was 135.
Wow.
Like a year after.
Wow.
And I'm like, okay, like a little bit of the cheekbones were showing a little too much. And then now I'm like 145, so I gained a little bit more. And everyone was like, oh my God, you look so much healthier. And I'm like, okay.
Weight, like this?
I feel like that's good, yeah.
Dope. Yeah, shit, I bet 220 you was like, oh, how much did you think that you were going to shed or drop down to?
I would have been fine being at like 150.
Right.
And now it's a little bit less than that. I'm like, all right.
The lowest I've been like at this height, right, or size, whatever, has been like 175. Like 170. 170
was like me in
was
high
like,
school.
Yeah, right. That's literally, I think that was right. When high school ended, like after high school, I was still like working out really good. This is like literally 10 years ago. And then like the highest I've got is like 270 something. And like right now I'm like 250 something. So ideally, like I like to be in the 200, over 200 pounds for sure. Like I'd still want to be big. But I'm just going to put on muscle. So
yeah, that's always good.
Yeah, I have a lot of, we're going to have a lot of my friends on that are like gym people. Like muscle heads, but my dog, let me shout him out. My dog Lou, my dog Devin, my dog Matt. So we'll have a whole episode and like kind of have a panel of people, and I don't know, I'll have them make fun of me because I'm fat, and that'll motivate me to want to be big like them. Now my friend, I'm gonna shout him out right now, give my flowers where it's due. One of my boys, Lewis, we were younger. And like he used to see me, he can vouch for this. He used to see me running around every single day. Yeah. Every single day to run around RPL, my neighborhood. Every single day. Yeah. I'm from you there too. Every single day I used to run around there. And that's when I dropped like down mad weight. Like I was running around no shirt on and stuff like that.
You were like
I
this, bro.
Yeah. I was super skinny. And then I used to run past his house, so he'd see me. He started working out. I don't really know like when his story is. We'll have him on. Of course, he'll be able to tell a story. But I had him on, or he started working out, and I came back from California, and then like we came across each other. This man is fucking like a comic book, like huge.
Looks like Shazam.
Huge. I'm like, yo, that's my dog. Like he got like we used to like freestyle in the back of his porch, and now he will like
Forgot the
eat
cat
somebody.
was here.
Like, this man is
That's
ripped.
wild.
So I reached out to him. I reached out to a few of my other homies. Like, yo, let's have like a fitness episode. Let's talk about like what made y'all get into the gym and like what inspired y'all transformation. You know, one of my other homies, he was like really skinny and he went to, I think it's like the Army or the Marines. I don't want to get, you know, mixed up, but now he fucking looks like a Ken doll.
That reminds me of when I went to the Coast Guard for like 2 weeks.
Oh yeah, let's talk about that.
Okay, so like I hated school. I did 1 semester and I did okay. And this was like before all the diagnosis.
Yeah.
Like I've learning disabilities.
Right.
Like I've got diagnosed with autism at like 26. So that was fun. Yeah. But now my whole life makes sense. But back then it was just like, this isn't for me. I don't feel like I'm getting the support I need.
Right.
And it was just like, am I stupid? You know, but it's like, no, I just don't like it. So I dropped out after 1 semester and my parents gave me the ultimatum, back to school or the military. And I'm just like, oh, fuck. Okay.
Damn, back to school and military. So would you go for the easiest branch?
Yeah, but I've always been a little more interested in that. I used to be bootlicker curious back in the day. Authority.
Right.
Yeah, now I'm like far.
I need someone to wake me up at 0600.
I had PTSD, so I was in boot camp for like, I did actual boot camp for a week, and then I couldn't run. Yeah, I was just like, this ain't for me.
Tell me about this boot camp experience, because you in boot camp, people screaming and shit. I know
it was actually pretty normal. The screaming was fine.
Yeah.
No, it is like the movies. Funny story. So it was the second night. We go to the bathrooms, pee in the cup for the drug test, and then we come back, and I'll never forget him. I hope he's watching. Petty Officer Russell.
Wow.
He reaches me like here. Like grown-ass man, like 5 foot. He was so feisty. Like this one guy gave him the pee and he's like, you did it wrong. And he's just like, and like he's like eyeballing him. So
you did it wrong.
Yeah, literally just like that. Like they yell at you for anything. And then this dude jumps literally.
Your shirt's not tucked in.
He jumps on the table, like just straight frog jump right on the table, not holding onto anything. And then he's just like, don't ever eyeball me again. Like all this.
Now he's like over him. Wow.
It was the funniest shit ever.
That's
and it was just like intense, but that part was fine. But it was just, you get a little anxiety. You're like, I don't want to be called out.
What was the straw that broke the camel's back?
We had to go do the physical exam and the run. And I'm just like, I'm not a fast runner to begin with. But then after that, I was just kind of over it. So I was just slower than normal.
Pre or post surgery?
Pre.
Okay.
I was 18.
Okay.
Well, 19, but yeah. But forever ago, and I'm just like, I don't want to run. I don't want to be here anymore. I'm just going to go slow. What are they going to do? Kick me out? Yeah, they do.
So they kicked you out.
Yeah, they technically, and it was like me and like 10 other people who also didn't want to be there. But like, we didn't really have another choice. So it was just kind of like, well, we have to be here, you know?
Right.
So then after that, like they start calling, after your first week, they start calling your company. So I think we were either Papa. What's the letter before? We were Oscar. We were like the Oscar group. And then the one after me was Papa. Yeah, they go like
Every
the
time
phonetic.
I heard Papa. What do you think about?
You are like Papa.
Papa, you lie.
Oh, shit. I hate it.
Let's talk about it. Really quick.
Let me I forgot the story, yeah.
Stranger Things. This is what my show is. We go on tangents. So you have some dope tattoos. We mentioned tattoos earlier. She has the Eddie Munson bats on her. I don't know if your camera's over here. So
yes, and my friend is an apprentice. She did a really good job. Lex, we can shout her out. Tag her.
Yeah, go ahead.
She was literally there with a mentor, and they were just on my arm for like 2-3 hours to make it look old, because it's supposed to emulate an old 80s house tattoo with like the shitty ink and the fallout already in there. So it's like, how do we make this look like 50 years old? Yeah. And they did it, and I love it.
What
love Eddie Munson.
What do you think about these theories of him coming back as a vampire and this and that?
So when it'd be nice if he came back as Cass, like, because technically speaking,
some of the theories are like make sense.
100%. Because technically speaking, in like film, it's just like if you didn't really see them die, you know, like are they really dead? And it's like,
or sometimes even that,
because we saw him like close his eyes, but it's like, what if he didn't die?
Have you seen the theories like what if it opens up to all the bats and then he opens his eyes and they're like red, like the
freaking Bella at the end of Breaking Dawn Part 1, just like I'm here. But what I personally think, if we're talking about theories, since technically Will was already possessed by Vecna, it makes sense in the story for Will to be Cass.
Oh yeah.
Or
I
with
forgot that at the end.
Or like, with 11. Or because like Vecna, there's this whole lore in the D&D, like the eye and hand of Vecna. Right. So it's like Will could be the eye because he was already possessed. Vecna could see through him, and Elle is like the hand because like she did the power. She sent him there. So Eddie could come back as Cass. I don't even care what convoluted thing they have to do. They can just be like, oh, I just passed out and you guys left me there and I crawled back. And I'll be like, okay, I accept it. Cool, welcome back.
Right?
You know, like I don't care.
Yeah, half my ribs are gone from them eating me to death. But nah, I think if they played it off smart, but think about it, those people see the theories and stuff too. So like now it's like, oh, we can't super cater to like even if it's a dope ass idea. Now it's gonna be like, oh, it's because we said it.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So sometimes they'll go around it, but I think that's gonna be dope.
But like, why would you kill him off? They have a habit of bringing in very cool characters and killing them off because they can't make a decision.
What's the first girl's name? Nancy, right?
Yeah.
No, not Nancy.
Chrissy.
No, the very first girl.
Barb.
Rest
in peace, Barb.
Rest in peace, Barb. But then it was
Bob.
The Russian dude.
No, Bob. No, first it was Bob, Joyce's other boyfriend.
Oh yeah.
Was it Bob Newby superhero? Rest in peace.
Yeah.
Samwise Gamgee.
He was in.
And then it was Alexei, the Russian guy.
Oh, Alexei. Yeah, with the slushy. He got shot, right?
I think stabbed, but yeah.
Stabbed or something like that. Yeah.
He finally got his slushy and his Woody Woodpecker and.
Yeah. Oh, he was like happy in that moment. Yeah. And then guy turned us on. Damn, that's crazy.
Spoilers for those who haven't seen it.
Oh yeah, I mean, no, this is season 2.
They should have just killed Max, because her death, like the part where Vecna got her, was so powerful. And then just kind of bringing her back felt cheap. It should have just
she shouldn't have escaped to
where Elle kind of brought her back in a coma. Should have just
one time I forgot the song. We're running up the hill.
That was at the very end though.
Yeah. I love that scene. That scene was crazy.
That was really good. I think it was nominated for an Emmy, that whole episode.
That song is still like in the top 10 right now.
She's making her bag. Good for her.
It was funny. For some reason, the little plug in my car wasn't working to put the my phone on the.
You put the radio on.
So I put the radio on, and that came on, and I was like, "Well,
same."
Like turn this shit all the way up,
really
and I'm like, "Damn, this song really does hit." And it was from the '80s, and from United Kingdom.
And they thought she was weird back then too. They're just like they thought she was kind of weird back then too.
Nobody, people, all the comments of like the people who were like that age around that time were saying like, well, some of them like supposedly really loved her and stuff like that, but then a lot of them were like, "Yo, this song was just like another song on the radio. Like this came and gone, and it wasn't even that big here. It was more bigger in United Kingdom, but look at that, she's 60 years old." Reaping the benefits now.
Yep, and I think she did it herself. Like she has all that. Like she's getting her bag. Good for her.
She had her own masters and stuff like that. Yeah, so all the money she's making. That's crazy. On the topic of shows, She-Hulk. Everybody just watched that recently.
10 out of 10.
Yeah, 10 out of 10.
10 out of 10. Literally just the first 5 minutes. I'm like, this is it for me.
I'm watching it. I was like with my parents, and I'm like watching it on my phone. And I just keep like freaking out, and like I'm like, Dad, you gotta watch this, yo, you gotta watch this, bro, you gotta watch this. And then like I told him that night, you gotta watch this, and then he told me he watched it that night. Fire,
really
fire.
Good. Really
I think it was it's crazy because I think this one is like in the present day.
Yeah.
Right.
I think so.
Yeah, I believe it should be. I think it's present day, and they even do that 6 months. It's 6 months earlier is what we're seeing, which is with the Hulk, and then the lawyer shit is present.
Yeah,
I want to see more of the lawyer stuff.
Yeah,
like, the next episodes are supposedly supposed to have it.
Yeah, like the ending scene and stuff where she just like
Captain America fucks.
Oh, not that. I was talking about like when she was in the lawyer, but yeah, Captain America fucks.
Captain America fucks.
That whole scene was for the girlies. Yeah, 100%.
Everybody, but.
Because those are conversations.
Didn't he go back and
no, but like prior to.
Oh, okay.
That's a conversation fangirls truly have,
right, with
fan fiction and shit. And it's just like, is he a virgin? That's the same thing with Eddie. People are like, is he a virgin? But like, he looks like he fucks, but he's also like the town freak. Girls talk about the wildest shit.
Chrissy came
for no
on to
reason.
him. He had to have like a girl like in his realm come on to him.
Yeah,
he had to.
The town secret, or all the girlies just go
right. Cop some bud from him in the middle of the forest and get possessed
and get laid
right. I think I'm ready to see Daredevil in the episode. He's coming soon.
I didn't watch the show.
You didn't watch the Daredevil series?
No, I didn't watch any of the Netflix shows. I heard Iron Fist was really bad, and I'm just like, I'm not interested in any of these. Sorry, I'm a fake fan.
I watched Iron Fist just because I'm
Captain America only.
I had asked you to bring some more goodies out of your purse, so let's see what the next thing you brought us. Let's see what else.
Hustle Butter, not sponsored.
Hustle Butter.
Sponsor us. Put it on your tattoos. It's really good.
She has some on.
Especially when you're crusty.
some crusty tattoos.
Anyways, yeah, no, I just brought that because you're like, show your tattoos.
Oh yeah, for
Here, I
real.
got you little froggy hats, a little
Froggy
wrinkled.
hats.
Enjoy.
Let's put them on
I
at
got
the
one for
same time.
myself. Green is not my favorite color, but I look really good in green, and I also look really good in red. So we're gonna roll with it.
It's a tradition that I give people hats on my show, which I have one back here, but it's a prop. But I will be giving you a hat.
That's fine.
All right, so that's the one thing I forgot today.
I kind of want these back though, so.
Okay.
Yeah.
Perfect, but we can wear these for the episode. And it's not gonna.
I hope it doesn't fuck up my hair.
I'm wearing a hat. So this makes me feel. This is what I wanted
We're
to say.
Froggen Toad.
Froggen Toad. Is it? Yeah.
I should have worn. This is kind of looks
No,
more like
it is.
Kermit, but it's more Froggen Toad. Yeah.
Because mine's like a little bit darker, and Froggen Toad's like one's a little bit darker, one's a little bit more.
I should have worn
green.
like my little cardigan.
Is this what I look like across from you? Do you have your phone with you right now? I'm gonna take a picture of you, and you take a picture of me.
Okay. Inception. There we go. Yeah. I love it.
All right, we're gonna post that here.
I love the instant post.
Yeah, we're gonna.
Anytime someone tells me there's a camera around, I'm like,
News reporter. I can do different things. Like in a professional setting, news reporter, just hit a quick smile. Hit one of these real quick.
I tried doing it at the Orlando Science Center where it's just like, do the weather report. And I'm like, coming live to you now.
Right.
Yes.
Okay, there has been a shooting on.
I didn't know you were still doing the bit.
Yeah, we're still in the bit. We're in the bit. This whole thing's a bit.
The whole episode's a bit.
Yeah, my whole life is a bit now for the last
Suave
2
comedy.
years at least. Yeah, it's been a
Catch us at the Laugh Factory.
Yeah, right. Tuesdays and Thursdays.
Opening for Joe Rogan.
We're gonna. Oh my God, Joe Rogan. I would love to open for him. That means you're getting paid millions of dollars. Honestly.
Sure.
Oh yeah, you don't like Joe Rogan, huh?
I'm indifferent. It's just men who say ignorant shit all the time.
It's the same thing. Like,
I wish I got paid for saying ignorant shit, but
would you say I wouldn't put Andrew Tate and Joe Rogan in the same category?
I wouldn't, because Joe Rogan, I mean, he seems a little misogynistic, but he's also able to have a wife and children.
Right.
And he has daughters.
Yeah.
See, that's why
talking like that. Yeah.
So that's why I married my husband, because he was like the only man I've ever met that already had empathy installed.
Right.
Like I didn't have to teach him how to have emotions.
Right.
And feelings. Yeah.
I keep forgetting to say this, but this is how I feel right now. Have you seen the guy who's in a whole frog suit and he does therapy? Oh, Gecko. He's a Gecko.
Oh yes, I've seen it. I've seen the one with Young Gravy. That was really funny.
Oh, that one with Young Gravy. Is he in the suit?
Yes, he's fully.
I gotta watch that.
It's really yeah.
The one I watched was him and Yachty. And Yachty's in the suit too, and it's just hilarious.
I love how they're like so open just to get in the suit. It's like, yeah, all right, so I'm here.
The guy who's doing it, he's just like, well, yeah, why did you do that? Like, so like simple stuff. Like they'll say something crazy to him, and I love when he does like the hang-ups and stuff like that. But it's funny when they have guests. I haven't watched. I think I maybe watched like one or two, but he's good. I'd watch more of him.
But that's really like therapy. That's just like, so tell me your thought process as to why you did that.
And he actually has like a hotline. People call in and be on the show. What are some of your like podcasts that you watch?
Of course, because I'm technically a millennial woman. I like watching the true crime podcast.
True crimes?
Yeah, true crimes are cool a little bit. Don't glorify serial killers, number one, but it's just like, it's interesting to learn about it. Like right now on the way here, I was listening to one about Jack the Ripper. Right. It's like 5 parts. It's like 5.5 hours long. Jack the Ripper's
in the UK, right?
Yeah. It's very interesting how like they go into a deep dive on it.
Did they ever catch the guy?
I don't think so. But I'm also not done with the podcast. We'll find out. But I think he wouldn't be such a big legend if they caught him. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Or infamous.
What other ones? What other podcasts?
I like he's so ignorant sometimes, but I like Chris Stefano, Chrissy Chaos,
yeah.
I like Hey Babe with
Hey
Sal.
Babe.
Oh, I have a personal beef with the guys of Impractical Jokers.
Yeah.
When I worked at Universal Studios, they did an episode at Transformers: The Ride 3D, and I worked there, right? So I was QP. That's Q Patrol. You clean the building, you take out trash, whatever, easy job.
Yeah.
And that's the day they were filming. There was so much popcorn shit, churros all over the queue that I had to clean up, and I didn't even get to be on TV.
Oh.
So if I ever meet the Impractical Jokers, fuck you.
Sal.
I only respect Sal because he's pretty funny. But,
yeah, he is funny. I like watching them. I like watching. So I got into them from Joe Rogan. Joe Rogan was the first one I watched, and then I think I saw Andrew Schultz on Joe Rogan, and
he's pretty funny too.
That was my main one now. Like I go to Flagrant first, and then I go to all the other ones. I kind of barely watch Joe Rogan now. If I see a good guest on there or some of the other podcasters I
When
watch.
Chrissy D was on Joe Rogan. That's the one I watched recently, yeah.
So him or like other comedians, but all the podcasts I watch are comedian driven. So Chrissy, Joe Rogan, Flagrant. I watch Bobby Lee. You know Bobby Lee?
I know who he is, yeah.
Tiger Belly, him and his ex now. I watch Bad Friends, which is him and this guy who's like a ginger. Andrew Santino.
I think I know, yeah.
He's been
on Hey Babe and stuff, yeah.
Yeah, and they're all in the
That's
same
something like the
realm.
name sounds familiar.
Right, so like little by little, as I started watching them shows, and they kind of all support each other, like they're like a whole, like they're multi-universe, you know what I mean?
Yeah. I also like watching, I forgot her name, she's a girl on TikTok, Drew Ruffalo or whatever.
Sounds familiar.
Where she just rips into men being misogynistic.
What's
on
her
TikTok.
show called?
Fuck. I forgot what it's called. Social media. I can pull it up, but
that's why I try to think of a good name. Oh, and you had a podcast too.
Yep. Cheers from the Grave.
Cheers from the Grave. What was that about?
So it originally started with my friends Erica and Stephanie, and they would just talk about creepy things, right? Like I like ghost stories, all that.
Right.
They would talk about like Robert the doll, watch the cameras just break apart.
How many episodes did you do?
Maybe like 50 something.
Wow. And how long are they?
About an hour or so.
How long are them?
Yes, I started on like episode 10 maybe, because like one of them was out of town. So I was just like, I'll fill in, right? I like listening to it, and I started talking about cryptids, and it became Nicole's Cryptid Corner, and they invited me to be full-time extra co-host.
How long were the episodes?
About an hour.
Oh, okay, cool.
But
so
my
you had,
cryptid
like,
one
segment?
We each had like our own segment in the episodes, but then I had like a 5 to 10 minute segment separately,
right?
Like Nicole's Cryptid Corner, and I would just talk about monsters all the time.
That's dope. It
was fun.
So why did it end?
COVID.
Oh, okay.
It was like right in 2020 was our last episode, and it was just like my friend lives like all the way in Mascot, and I'm just like, I don't want to drive like an hour and a half to go do this. It was really fun though. It was just like life shit.
Have you thought about for like doing it again in the future?
Yeah, probably.
Would you do it the same way, or I always think to myself this, like, I love this show and like the premise of this show, but like I want to do other shows too. Like I want to have like a cooking show of sorts, like a food show, like where we might maybe just go to different food places. I'm doing that anyway, so why not make content? Or like produce shows for other people and stuff like that too. So like, do you think you would stay in that realm of like, oh, let's talk about spooky side of things, or would you like venture into maybe other?
I think I would I have no issue doing it all, but I would keep it on the same channel, because I'm just kind of like, I don't have the energy to make all these different channels and just upload to different places. But yeah, it's like, okay, we'll do spooky this episode. Okay, we'll do random shit this one. Just kind of like, this is me channel.
Do you think that you would want to do it with them, or would you do it on your own?
If we're talking about the scary stuff with them,
right? It
was just how we started. It's fun.
Like
I really enjoy hanging out with them.
What's the right word? How compelled are you to make a podcast right now? Or like to get back into that sort of like entertainment, posting world? Before
I started school again, kind of almost immediately, I'm just like, yeah, I could do that. Yeah. And now I'm just like, oh, I'm busy.
Yeah. Yeah, it is kind of like, I mean, at the end of the day, when you post something as an hour, people think that,
I like them. You listen to it on the way
you were here from work. Setting up, I mean, it there's a lot more into it.
Yeah.
You have to take notes, you have to do this and that. So that becomes literally like another job.
Oh yeah, we would actually record 2 or 3 episodes a day.
Right.
Like we'd just hang out one full Saturday, order food, and just like, all right, we'll do this episode, have like our scripts ready, everything. So it's like we would knock out at least 2 to 3 episodes.
Right.
To not have to keep driving back there every week.
Oh, okay. So you went to a place?
Yeah.
Oh,
to her house. She had like a little tiny setup.
Okay.
It was fun.
Ideally for my next episode, now that we're kind of
shooting the shit
into that, yeah. For the next episode, we had talked about it earlier. I want to do like a hot chip challenge. So I actually I posted a video. I'll put a link to it. I posted a video. It was the 2021 chip from Pocky or whatever it's called. And it's like the one chip has all the ghost peppers and reapers and blah, blah, blah. That shit was crazy. That shit, I did it with one of my friends and she was dying. The whole challenge is to eat it, like completely eat it, a whole chip. and then last at least 5 minutes before you drink anything.
No.
Yo, those 5 minutes were so long. Longest 5 minutes of my life.
I don't know what I would do. I can't eat spicy. I ended up in the ER for eating Jamaican jerk chicken one time. I was just dry heaving, just straight bile, everything. And it's like midnight. I'm like, I need to go to the hospital.
Jamaican jerk chicken?
And I'm just like, a whole year passed. I actually ate it again like a month ago. It was still too spicy for me.
God forbid
Please keep this in.
Yeah, we're keeping all this in.
This is hilarious.
And we just had another technical difficulty, boys, but it's
I brought the ghost with me.
At least the cameras are still rolling, and we can still talk, and we can put all this in.
I brought the ghost with me.
Right?
From the
ghost of Christmas past.
Stop.
Yeah, so I want to eat those chips in this next episode, but I want to have like people on, and like I want to have like me and another
like,
guy and like
seasoning.
2 girls on. Yeah, so I want to have people who are good with spice and people who are not so good. Like I want someone who's not good. I want someone who's not good with spice.
I'm not gonna wait 5 minutes. I'm lactose intolerant, but I will drink milk.
We need to see. I'm gonna give everybody like a glove so it's not on your fingers.
Yeah.
Smart. I'm gonna break them open for everybody.
I'll bring chopsticks.
Or something like that. Try not to put it like on your lips. Everybody's gonna have like a cup because you're gonna be spitting like crazy. Your saliva is gonna feel like lava.
I'm scared.
How did I feel? How did I feel going through this?
Get ready to call 911 for me.
Yo, as I'm chewing it, like it wasn't like a Dorito where it's just like. Or a tortilla chip. It was like shaped like a Dorito tortilla chip, whatever.
I've seen them, yeah.
But it's like, I think mine was stale.
Was it like the weird, like gooey type?
It wasn't gooey, but it was like it felt like a stale chip.
Yeah.
So like,
or it's
I'm
a little
like
too
chewing
chewy.
on it.
Yeah.
And so imagine. So now I'm have the heat in my mouth. Like I haven't swallowed it yet.
I would probably eat half of a chip. I'll split a chip with someone. I'm like
just talking to people like with spit and like chips in the bottom of my mouth. Like I'm trying. I can't. And
I would have just spit it out.
I just took one big gulp. And I felt that shit just burn. And then I'm like, fuck, here we go. Here's the experience.
Shitting,
yeah, I'm going to try to add clips in this because I'm literally crying in the video. I'm like, yo, I keep spinning. And they're like, yo, can I get the milk? And I'm pouring the milk for my homegirl. I'm pouring the milk.
Pour it on my face.
I'm pouring the milk for my homegirl. And I give it to her. And then I'm just like, damn, that looks so good. But I'm like, fuck, I had to do the 5 minutes for the video. Right when the 5 minutes came on,
just poured all over my face.
Oh man, it was so bad.
I'd be snot
everywhere. The next morning, it wasn't even like, like I had the shits or anything like that, right? It was just my stomach and my asshole were on fire.
Yeah.
So I know any pretense. I'm gonna post this when I'm posting for the next episode.
Mm-hmm.
The people who are gonna do it, it's gonna be fun. So basically, what I'm gonna do is I want to do like first like 5-10 minutes. We're just gonna like. Anxiety, like I'm gonna be like, all right, pick it up. No, I'm just kidding, like stuff like that.
I'll just leave,
and then like
I'm just gonna go home.
10-15 minutes in, we're gonna take it, and then the rest of the episode is just gonna be fucking crazy.
You should have us do like challenges or something.
Yeah, I'm gonna do like
read this speech
or like answer this math question or something like that. It's gonna be kind of like I'm gonna probably like say like something about hot ones, but it's not really like hot ones. We're doing a hot chip challenge.
Yeah.
But it's kind of the same premise, like kind of acting crazy after you just.
I used to always be like, I want to be on that show, but I'm like, I would have a bad time.
Yeah, I see how they cater to people too. How like some people don't do the chicken wings
and the cauliflower, or they'll just I think now they have the vegan chicken. bites and
nuggets.
Stuff. Yeah.
I think that'd be cool. I like to go on there.
I hate bone-in wings. I can't do that.
Nah?
No. And if I do bone-in wings, I'm a drumstick girl, not a flats. I don't understand flats.
I love the flats rallying around it. Like, yeah, like flats are more better. Like
you gotta like break it apart, push. They're like, oh, you gotta push the meat out. I'm like, bro, drumstick. That's it.
So
easy.
I don't have a problem with flats because I know how to eat them real easy. Like it's literally just one move. Like you break one side.
I don't want to do all that.
Swipe it.
I just bite it from the flat, and everyone's like, "You're doing it wrong." I'm just like, "Give me a drumstick."
When I was little, I used to like poke it out and get inside of it. Yeah. But no, really easy. You just do one break, twist, boom, and now you have it all on one thing.
That's so much work.
I mean, that's how chicken's made.
And you could just get like a nice little drumstick, get nice like 2-3 bites out of it. I'm sorry.
Every chicken has a drumstick and a
it's that overbite.
Oh, you want to talk about that?
Hi, my name's Nicole. I'm 27. I'm an alcoholic. I'm not, but I have to get metal braces, top and bottom, again after I had them from age 11 to 13.
Do you want to talk about something you told us earlier about breaking your jaw? Do you want to bring that up? We're far into the episode now, so if someone's seeing this.
Okay, so you decide what I was doing, but it was my wedding night. Yes, my jaw got dislocated. Don't worry about it. It never happened before.
Feel free to speculate how.
I have a really good track record. But anyways, yeah, so to completion.
Wow.
Yeah, and then I get out and I'm just like, oh fuck, I can't like click it. Sometimes my jaw will like unhinge randomly when I wake up and I just like click it back and I couldn't. I'm just like, fuck, just drool everywhere. Thank God it was so cold. I had my mask on. I'm like, I need to go to the hospital. And I go to the first hospital. Like, I'm just like, hey, my jaw like written down in my husband's like, my jaw's dislocated. I don't know what to do.
On
like,
this is your wedding night.
My wedding night. And I'm just like, fuck, what do I do? And the lady's like, we're full. It could be 10 hours. And I'm just like, I work in healthcare. My jaw is dislocated. I'm not waiting 10 hours. We went to another hospital because they just didn't want anybody. I'm like, it's not my problem. Like, do your job. I turn into a big Karen. Right. Especially I've done the job before. I'm like, it's not hard. Get over it yourself. But we go to another hospital immediately. I'm like, my jaw's dislocated. She's like, okay, sit down. Immediately, all right, come on back. But they were full as well. But I'm in the back. They gave me like an anxiety pill. It wasn't Xanax. I forgot what it was. Like, I think it was an Ativan. Right. And then they're just like, okay, try to relax. We're going to try and pop your jaw in right here. And they're like, fuck. I couldn't swallow a pill. I don't know why they gave me a pill. My jaw's like this. Oh, wow. And I'm just like with water. And I did it because she's not a quitter. And then the doctor comes in and he just grabs my face and starts doing this. I'm just crying. Like, you just touch it once. Wait, you didn't get any... I'm not done. So he tries to like fucking put it in. Nothing. And he's like, okay, yeah, we got to knock you out for this. I'm like, okay. Yeah. The paramedic comes in, puts in the IV, puts it in wrong. And that's part of the story. Oh, so I go to the room. My IV's in. They put ketamine and propofol. He literally said the Michael Jackson.
He gave you the Michael Jackson
cocktail.
Treatment.
He gave me the Michael Jackson cocktail. He literally said, I'm about to give you the Michael Jackson cocktail. I'm like, oh, fuck. Okay. Yeah. They shoot it in. 10 seconds pass and I'm just like, when am I supposed to feel it? And this big ass dude in the corner of the room, big nurse, he's like, fuck, that would have taken me out by now. And I'm like, am I immune? I was like, am I okay? Yeah. And then they had to bring out, so now anytime I go to the doctor, I'm like, you need to bring out the ultrasound for my veins. You will not find them. Yeah. They never listen to me. They do it 3 times, ultrasound. But so they do it again, shoot it in immediately. I'm like, oh, I feel it. Like immediately. Apparently, I was still awake. My husband told me after the fact that I was screaming as they were trying to put it in. They're like, you shoot her up with more. So I had so much ketamine in my system. When I woke up, you know the Lil Nas X Montero music video where he's sliding down the stripper pole? That was me, but like horizontal, right? I was wearing like a beige shirt. So the beige, and like they have the thing over my head. Yeah. So my eyes are smushed. So I'm seeing beige hexagons. And I'm like, I'm in a beehive. And I'm sliding horizontal out of this beehive into the white light.
You're lit.
Yes. And I'm coming out. And then I just start talking. I'm like, oh, am I talking? Can people hear me? And I still can't see anything. My husband's like, yeah, we can hear you. There's a nurse in here. I just have like my own therapy session to myself. I'm just like, I think this is the cause of all my problems. And everyone's like, shut up. Please stop talking. I just keep going. Then I wake up.
Are you going on a trip?
Yeah. And then I finally come to and I start throwing up everywhere. And I'm like, okay, fun. I go home, whatever. Ever since then, I've barely been depressed.
So
it
from
works.
Your wedding night, when did you go home?
That same night.
Okay,
like 3 a.m. But we got there at 8 p.m.
What a wedding.
Yeah.
What a wedding day. That's hilarious. No,
my husband said, I know I said in sickness and in health, but I didn't think it would happen this quick.
That quick. Damn, you were testing him. It's funny that you mentioned like them sticking you a lot of times. The last time I had any sort of like medical, I used to have like, this was like 2 years ago, I think now. Makes 2 years. I had like a tumor in my face, like literally right here. You can kind of see some like scar.
Was it benign?
Yeah, it was benign.
Okay, good.
It ended up being benign, but they had to do tests and shit. They told me it might be. They thought it was cancerous at first, but it was like protruding and all that stuff too. Oh, wow. And I didn't know what it was. So like finally, I had good healthcare and stuff like that. I went to the doctor. Anyways, fast forward to the IV. I'm like sitting there, like laying there, and I haven't got an IV in a while, and they're like poking me, and it was like a new lady.
You're supposed to drink a lot of water, but if you're fasting for a procedure, you can't, so it's kind of hard.
Right. Well, they said that the day of I couldn't drink or anything. Anyway, so that happens. She's taking me. She calls another nurse in, and she's like the lead nurse or whatever.
And she's like, boom.
No, she goes, oh, let her, like, I'll show you where to do it. And in my head, I'm like, just do it for her, please. Yeah. She does it like 2 more times and doesn't get it, and then she does it.
Boom,
and she
first
does
try.
It first try.
Yeah.
Yeah. So then I'm IV'd up. Now my arm is fucking like hurting from that shit.
I've had my arm go numb for like a week because they kept like moving it inside. I'm just like, oh fuck.
It's crazy.
Yeah.
So now to the part where they bring me into the room. And they're putting the thing on me, like, listen, we're gonna do this. And the whole time I'm going in thinking, like, yo, I smoke all the time. Like, I got a high tolerance. They're like, oh, we're gonna put you under local anesthesia. I bet. they put the thing in me like, we're gonna count down from 10. I swear to God, I didn't even hear 7. I swear to God, I didn't even
That
hear
happened to me
7.
with my surgery. They're like,
They're
I don't even
above
think
me.
I got to count down. They're just like, all right. I'm like laying on the bed. I'm just like, okay. And they're like, yeah, we're gonna get started. It's gonna start happening immediately. I didn't even count down.
Literally, I'm like, I'm seeing how long I can remember. Like, how long can I fight it? I'm laying there. I remember I hear it, and that's really fuck you up. They started going. It started going before they counted me down. So I'm like, oh, this is not really doing anything. They're like, all right, ready, 10, 9. I don't even think I heard 8. It was like 8.
And then all of a sudden you wake up and you're like,
Well,
where
when I woke up, I just, like you said, opened up with my eyes first before I got my body up. I'm like, oh shit, that was that fast? Like, that felt like it was like 5-10 minutes. Like, I just took a little nap.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was crazy, but I really needed that, and ever since like that, I didn't take like selfies for a long time. Like, I wasn't like taking videos. I was still living in Los Angeles, so it was like, everybody's beautiful over there. So like, I had like zero confidence with that shit, and finally got it out.
But everyone's weird too. You can just go out and be like, I'm here.
Right. Yeah.
That's what I like about California.
The bad part about it, like, for me, it was just like, it's like right here. Like, if I'm looking at anybody's eyes, they see this. I have a picture with Mark Ruffalo where I have that shit.
Aww.
And I'm like, damn, like, I can't even, like, I saw him walking down the street randomly.
That's dope.
Yeah, it was crazy. It was like the week before Endgame or Infinity War, one of them. I'm just walking with my ex, and then I was smoking a blunt, and I'm like, that's the Hulk right there. Like, walking like a few paces in front of us to the next stoplight. I'm like, that's the Hulk right there. And I'm like, what's his name? And that time, a lot of movies came out with him in it. Like, there was like a detective movie or some shit like that, like in the 40s or whatever. And I'm like, oh, something Ruffalo, Mark. And then right when I said it, he kind of turned. I was like, Mark. And he's like, hey, so we get this stuff. I was like, hey, I'm sorry, I don't know what to call you. Like, do you mind if we take a picture of you? He's like, yeah, get in here. And then, like, I think his son was with him, like a little boy.
They're pretty cool, yeah.
Like, yeah, he just took the pictures for us. I'm like, wow.
I've had friends who've met him, always with his son. They say he's really nice.
Yeah, his son's like a blonde or something like that, right?
I have no idea.
Yeah. Well, anyways, he was someone and a lady, so I assume that was his girl and his. Anyways, that was crazy.
That's dope.
Yeah, we have. To kind of tie into the monsters thing and the cryptids and all that, Halloween Horror Nights coming up.
Yes.
You know more about Halloween Horror Nights than I do. So
I know way too much lore.
I know they have a strange... Well, let's talk about this year. Because I really want to go this year. We're going to do like a whole... I'll probably do like a podcast leading up to it.
I got a rush of fear so we can go.
Bet.
Yeah.
We'll do like some segments there, even if they're like iPhone video.
Yeah.
But I know they have a weekend, the
house, yeah.
He has a house. I know they have a Strangers thing.
No, not this year.
Not anymore?
No.
What?
It's the weekend, Blumhouse. They have... It's a lot of more original
Blumhouse is
houses.
like Saw and...
Kind of, but it's going to have Freaky and The Black Phone. Yeah, a new movie that came out.
Oh, The Black Phone is with Ethan Hawke.
Yeah.
Right? Yeah.
So that's another house. What else? But it's nothing big like that, really. And then it's just a bunch of original houses.
Like The Clown and... Did they bring The Clown this year?
No, not Jack.
Wow.
I know, right?
They only bring him out for like big stuff.
I think so.
I remember my dad, he used to have t-shirts when I was growing up of like the very first... Like or I think the first or the second Halloween Horror Nights, and it has like an eyeball being ripped out. It's like, oh,
and it was like
1990 whatever, 80 whatever.
I forgot what it was called. It was like Fright Nights or something.
Yeah,
back
something
in the day.
Crazy. But it had like the old like Hollywood Universal sign.
Yep, I like Jack's brother Eddie, and that's a fun story as to kind of like what happened that year.
Right.
So in 2001, Eddie, his brother's the one that has like the chainsaw, like the camo vest for like the run houses. That was the original run house. And then the Twin Towers happened. They're just like, oh, we can't really have like this military guy like going psycho like as the main guy, like the icon. So they just brought Jack back in, and they're like, oh, so my brother, and gave him like a painted clown paint on like his gas mask to
That's
like mask
crazy.
it up. Same with I think the caretaker for like he's an icon.
Yeah.
Originally that year was supposed to be Cindy, so they kind of made it like his daughter.
Yeah.
But it was supposed to be a creepy little girl named Cindy, and then that was also the same year in history where a lot of kids started going missing, and they're like, scrap it, that's his daughter now.
Wow.
Yeah.
And then they do the clown stuff.
Yeah.
I remember like I think it was like 2017.
Yeah.
Where there was like clowns,
Killer
just, like,
clowns of outer
space. Or no, popping up like clowns popping out in like middle people like woods and stuff like that. Remember like the whole con
Oh,
thing?
in 2016, yes.
2016, yeah.
Oh my god, that
Remember
was
the whole con
weird.
thing?
I want to go back to that time. I don't know what's going on right now.
People were just like in clown suits, like showing up to playgrounds, just standing there and shit like
I
that.
wish the worst thing we were going through right now was just the people in clown suits coming out.
There's a lot more crazier shit in the universe happening right now. Since we got a mention of it, we mentioned earlier in the video where I was saying how we started or how we got to this episode, but you threw a Euphoria party. What made you come up with that idea? How do you think that it went? Let's talk about like your experience from start to finish, and then my experience.
So I remember watching the show, season 2 came out, all this stuff, and I'm like, oh, this is pretty dope. I like when they go to the parties, the aesthetic, like the blue, pink, purple lighting, all that. So I was just like, I'm going to throw a Euphoria party. I told all my friends, just dress like a slut. Wear whatever you want. Dress like a slut.
And
Dudes,
wear
wear whatever
glitter.
you want. Glitter, you can wear normal clothes, just put glitter all over your face. So we did that. I did like the walls with like the little like backdrop, like silver, blue, purple, like all that, all over the place. The purple and blue lighting, the bisexual lighting.
It was a good vibe.
That's what I wanted. And everyone's just like looking super cute. Some people dress like people from the show. And I told everyone, you can do whatever drugs you want in my house. It's okay. And nobody did any of that.
Yeah. It was
it's fine. But it was fun.
It was really fun. So like for me, we talked about it off camera. I'm still getting used to like doing a lot of things on my own, which I do a lot of things on my own anyways, but like I still have like little anxieties about it. So I'm like, damn, I'm going to a party where literally the only person I know is you. And like this is the person that invited me, so like it's not like she's gonna be like hanging out with me the whole time. And shit. So I'm like, all right, let's just now social mode tonight. And then I got there and I didn't hear any. Your door is really good with soundproof.
That's what I was told. I was so worried about the neighbors.
I walked up to it and like I couldn't hear anything. I literally had to like put my ear to be like, is this the right place? Like, am I at the right place? I don't hear no type of music. It was. And so my POV of this was like I was super nervous, and then you walked me in, and the best thing, and this is how I am as a host as well, you like kind of like introduced me to everybody, the whole little cliques that are around the party, like groups. So I'm like, okay, everybody at least knows me from that, so when they see me now, they're not gonna be like. And then we walked out to the stoner section, and that's when it was like, okay.
Yep. I try to be a good host. Like people say I throw really good parties.
Right.
And I've been to parties where people plan so poorly.
Right.
And I'm just like, I like to be that person. It's also me at work.
Right.
When you see me in charge of something, it's like, oh, she's going to get it done.
Right.
I hate when people look at me, they're like, oh, this bitch is stupid. And I'm like, no, I'm going to get it done. It's going to be the best thing you've ever done.
Right. Everybody was having a good time.
I mingle with everyone. I don't always have the most fun until like the end of the night when everyone's like, okay, we're chill.
Right.
But I try to make sure my guests are happy.
I mean, shit, I thought everybody was having a good time. Like when I walked in, everybody was like laughing and shit, and not at me, but I'm saying like everybody was having, like everybody was
Just
laughing
at
at me
you.
when I walked in. No, I thought it was so funny that we were like so inside, and then when we walked outside to your balcony, it's like there was so much smoke that it felt like it was a hot box, but we were outside. I'm like, oh, this is my spot.
We told you the story, right, about the fire department
Oh,
being
yeah,
called.
yeah.
Oh my God. So my husband and his friend were smoking legally. Thank you.
Right.
They were smoking so much that someone in the like in the apartments, they thought the apartment was on fire. They called the fire department, and you see the fire truck just going back and forth, and he kind of just stops because ours is facing the street, and he's like, hey man, you know who called the fire department? My husband's like, ugh. Like, and he's just like,
Not
no,
us.
I didn't see anything. I just drive away, and it's like, fuck, we were smoking that much.
Here's a fire department. We getting lit over here.
Yeah.
No, for real. There was so much. I believe it though. Like we were. I don't know how much they were smoking, but how many people were back there and how many blunts and shit were going around.
A lot.
It was good. It was a good ass time, man. I thought your friends were really cool, and then we were just like, it felt like
we're all hospitality people, so we know how to make people feel like we're all having a good time.
Yeah, I had a few jokes to the homies. Everybody was like laughing and shit. I'm like, oh, I bet, like this is cool. No, I thought it was a cool party, and immediately I went from like having that like nervous anxiety moment to like as soon as I walked in and you were like introducing me to shit, I'm like, oh, I bet this is cool.
That's how
like,
I get everywhere, and I get it. Yeah.
So I think that was cool. I think one thing can we do in closing here? How can we do a quick tarot card?
Yeah, I can pull them
Let's
out.
do a quick tarot card.
I'm like so bad at it. I haven't done it in forever.
Okay, let's see. We could do whatever quick
just
version.
read from the book. Just like interpret this how you will. But that's kind of what tarot is.
Right. Tarot. Is it tarot?
Tarot.
I kept saying tarot.
Tarot.
Tarot card.
Tarot.
Ooh.
Everyday tarot.
Show that on the single.
Got it on Amazon.
Tarot.
Let's say how much.
Let's see it. And what do we have here?
Start unboxing like $5 million off of one video.
All right, let's see. So, here, I'll hold it up for you. What is this, and what are you looking at?
What do you mean?
Like, what is the?
Sorry, I'm autistic.
What is the point of this?
It's just kind of like a form of divination in a sense of just like, you know how people read their horoscopes, people go to church, they're just like on the radio like, oh, do you have any advice or anything? That's just kind of like what this is, but more spiritual.
And is this like a earth shining, moon rising sort of thing?
No, that's your horoscope.
So what is this in comparison to that?
Not your horoscope. I don't know how to explain it.
Can I read the back of this real quick?
Yeah.
Whenever you're ready.
Let me get the fucking book. There we go. Okay. Having a moment.
All right. So this is what it says here. And I guess this is like the title: A Modern Approach to the Ancient Wisdom of Tarot. The everyday tarot deck gives modern soul seekers an intuitive tool to access their inner wisdom and create an inspired life. This kit features a beautifully illustrated deck. I feel like I've gotten that compliment before. And an 88-page guide to the cards.
Stop! I just realized
that will appeal to tarot veterans and novices alike.
So basically, the easiest way I'll show you how to do it. How do you read your own? It's super easy. So you'll think of something. I normally like to do the 3-card spread, where it's just
3-card Monty.
Sure, I don't know what that means.
Okay.
Past, present, future. Like, think of something you need a little extra guidance on, whatever.
You're guiding this part right now. So
fuck.
Tell me.
And then you just kind of pick 3 cards, and then you read. If you don't know anything, there's little books that show you like what the cards kind of mean, and then you interpret it from there.
Be my trip.
But we're doing it for you. But like one? Shuffle it. Okay, we're doing it for you.
I'll shuffle it. Okay.
I'll hold it for you.
We're crossing streams now.
Stop. I love Ghostbusters.
We're crossing streams. Okay, I'm not a good shuffler, and these cards feel like Yu-Gi-Oh cards.
Shuffle until you feel when you want to stop. Shuffle until you feel when you want to stop. Every day I'm shuffling. Whatever happened to what is it? LFMAO.
LMFAO. I think one is like 40 and does like stunt doubling for the guy in the UFC, Carlos. Yo. Or not, or in the WWF or whatever.
Okay. I used to want to be a stunt person.
So I think this is enough.
Right. Pull 3.
3. Do I look at them?
You can.
1.
That's your past, present.
Do I have to show you them? Is this a magic trick?
Future. No, I need to see them.
All right.
Which one did you pull first? Do you know? Come on, bro. Oh. It's okay. It's okay.
This one.
Okay. What do we got?
All right. So we got the 7 of Pentacles.
Okay. Yeah.
The 7 of Pentacles. That was the first one. Do I have to show you the second one?
All of them.
Okay. So the second one I got is the 8 of Wands.
Okay.
And no, it's not Juan. It's Wands. WANDS.
Yeah.
Not 8 Mexican people.
Stop.
And then I have the 7 of Cups. This one's actually fire.
Okay.
All right. So the 7 of Cups. All right. So.
Okay. So what we do, we kind of just go through
the
the
first
book.
one was the 7 of Pentacles. 7 of Pentacles. What's this?
You do a little chapter of content, like table of contents. So Pentacles start on page 73.
Okay.
Everyone's going to look at me and be like, this bitch doesn't know a fucking thing.
No, let's do it.
It's been like years.
Let's do it. Hey, what is the one thing you told me about coming to your party versus the parties that I usually go to? What is it? This is a funny thing you told me.
Oh, fuck. Everyone's mentally ill.
No. What else?
What did I say?
You said, and don't worry. This is not the parties that you usually go to. You won't have to fight anybody here.
Oh yeah. Okay, but tell me how pulling up to the studio.
Yeah. What?
I was like, is this not a suburb? I'm not here to cause harm.
We're some good people here. Okay, so 7 of Pentacles.
We're all of the Caucasian persuasion.
No.
Not me, but most of my friends are. Some things never change. So 7 of Pentacles. Did you pick it upright or upside down? When you looked at it, was it up?
Upright.
Okay. So the basic point of this, so like it tells you like if it's upright, reverse, so they do have different meanings. So upright, you are prepared to put in the hard work now. What was what was the question you kind of had?
Question?
Yeah, like what were you thinking about when you like pulled the cards?
Oh, I don't know.
No? Okay, we'll just like read what they kind of mean. You tell me if it resonates. So you are prepared to put in the hard work now. and to reap the rewards later. I'm low-key dyslexic. You know this is a long-term game, and you may not see immediate results. You've done what you can. Now it is time to wait patiently for the payoff. Yeah. So then Eight of Wands. There's some truth to it. Okay. I'm very amateurish, but it's just like I believe in spiritual things. Like whatever makes you feel comfortable. I
feel like, but you know, there's a few people in this room, right? That might not resonate with everybody in here, right?
Yeah, but it's for you.
But but I feel like sometimes. I mean, I guess it's what you make it, right?
It's your.
I don't think it's like telling my future or like it's, but okay, damn, but that's really close. That's really spot on.
Guidance and stuff.
That's how I feel about horoscopes too. Yeah. Like every time I see one, it's like, oh yeah, that's me. I'm a Cancer. But then like, let's say if you were to read me another one and didn't tell me that it was me, but you said it was Cancer, but it's actually Aries or something. You know what I mean? If it resonates with me, I could be like, oh, that's me, and then you be like, no, actually that's Aries. Like, oh.
But the thing also with that, you might actually have Aries in your chart. So I am a Leo sun, Sagittarius moon, Capricorn rising. So I resonate mostly with those three. Okay. So when you really look at them and you're like, oh, I kind of relate to all three of them. And it's like, yeah, those are all three of my big three.
Okay.
So kind of like that, but don't look at those like, oh, little basic horoscopes. Like you want your full natal chart and everything.
Right. I just used to read the newspaper.
Time, date. You ask your mom for your date of birth, and she's like, your birth time, and she's like, don't talk to her. Yeah. That kind of shit.
I've asked her a few times for that. Yeah. So this
Eight
one
of Wands. Yes.
Down.
It was reverse. So in reverse, you may be resisting change, trying to stop the flow of energy and movement. This will only make things harder. So let go and be in the flow. If you have been feeling stuck, do things differently, like new routines, locations, activities, and get the energy moving again.
Wow.
Are you feeling it still?
I'm feeling it, Mr. Krabs. I'm feeling it.
Art thou feeling it now, Mr. Krabs?
I'm feeling it.
Have you ever been to a Ren fair?
No.
It's pretty dope.
I think I'll do an episode there. All right.
I went to one.
Last one. 7 of Cups.
Okay, 40-30.
This is actually...
Is it overheating again?
No, we're all good. We're good.
Y'all whispering real loud over there.
Cameras or microphones are good. It's only going to pick us up.
I'm just busting your balls. Okay, so was it upright?
That was down also.
Upside down? So the 7 of Cups... You are overwhelmed by choice and are unable to move forward. Reduce your options and focus on what is truly important to you. So what I'm getting from all three, they're very, I feel like it might be business oriented since I do know what's kind of going on. Yeah. Just kind of don't be afraid to change it up. And just like, if you're kind of stuck, look at it a different way. But like you're on the right track, it seems. You're just doubting yourself. Yeah. Just kind of get out of that funk and keep going. Right?
That's fucking crazy. Right?
And you can do these for yourself too. Like the book has all the basic shit, and then pretty soon you can just interpret it how you're feeling to that moment. Yeah. So it's pretty cool.
So is this something that normally you're at a party and you break those out?
Sometimes if people ask.
Okay.
One of my favorite cards though is the Tower. If you ever get the Tower card, just know your world's gonna be fucking rocked. Someone's gonna rock your shit.
Tower of what? What is it?
It's just a tower. It's called the Tower, and it's like lightning hitting a tower and people jumping out of the windows. When you get the Tower card pulled anytime, shit's gonna hit the fan. Probably
pull that one.
Roll with it. Okay. It's got.
What is the explanation for it? Let's just read that. Yeah. Let's end with this. Yeah. We'll read this Tower one, and then
it's probably. I think it's a major arcana. So the major arcanas are like the Fool. The Magician, the
Tower.
High
That's like that one Wes Anderson movie and book, whatever.
You mean Stephen King?
Did Wes Anderson not do
Wes Anderson film? Does the weird films, like the Royal Tenenbaums, Grand Budapest Hotel.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
I think he did something like that.
Yes. When you get the Death card, that means like new beginning stuff.
Next time we'll do the Spanish ones.
Oh, loteria?
Yeah.
I'm not Mexican.
We'll still do it.
My husband asked his mom.
Okay.
My mother.
Here's
the
what
Tower.
happens if you draw the Tower card.
So upright, it's what you thought were solid foundations are crashing around you. Destruction and chaos are rampant. Know that these events are happening for you, not to you. New paradigms and opportunities are emerging. I told you.
Wow, and then
upside down is like, do not resist change. Even if you see this change is unwanted, it is important to let it run its course. The change is serving an important purpose and creating the opportunity for deep transformation. Your shit's gonna get rocked, basically.
Yeah,
accept
both of those don't sound really too positive.
No.
That's crazy. What was the next card? Let's see, what would the next card be?
You can kind of pick it from wherever,
what was the next one? The next one would have been Temperance, no number.
That's fine. It's all
right. We'll read this last one.
Or a minor arcana.
And then we'll go. Let's see. Temperance.
Upright. You are discovering how to create balance and harmony in your life. Excuse me. You find alignment and a sense of peace with your external surroundings. Reverse. Center yourself and come back into alignment with who you really are. Focus on your own inner peace, not what's going on around you.
Damn, that kind of hit too.
Yeah.
Yo, this is crazy.
Right?
And people make whole like
some people are actually
careers
really
off of
good
this,
at this. Yeah.
Like is the hand reading the same thing?
Palm reading? No.
Palm reading?
That one's
I have
my
seen like
Eastern.
on the beach like $5 tarot card readings.
Some people are really good at it. Like
Right.
it's just kind of like what you make of it,
You
but
walk
it's still
in and
someone
ladies
helping
like this,
you.
like come in.
Yeah, no, I like the more normal people that just kind of sit down and like, hi, okay, what do you need? All right,
The
cool.
New Jersey Medium or something like that. Wasn't there something like
Oh, the Long Island Medium.
Long Island Medium.
Apparently, she's a sham.
that? Wow.
I had a friend who met her and like she kind of did do a reading, but like everyone who meets her says she's a sham.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, I mean, I would just love their accents. Well, Nicole,
Yes. Let's keep this.
this has been a great episode.
It has.
We're both wearing these hats.
Froggy.
Is there anything that you want to say? I mean, obviously you're gonna like give your shout out to your socials and stuff like that if you want to, or anything you have coming up.
Yeah.
But like anything that you want, I asked you before, you want people to get from this episode. Now that it's happened, like, what do you want people to know? Their last impression of you to be?
Live your life.
There we go.
Live your life.
Bing, 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 bing.
As you see, I'm very open about my life experiences.
Yeah.
I'm not embarrassed really about much. Well, I am embarrassed, but I'll talk about it.
Right.
Because being on the outside before, I see so many things happening, and I'm like, oh, I never knew that. I thought I was the only one. So I just overshare, but that's
Right.
also like the mental illness.
Right.
Just overshare with people to see if maybe they resonate to certain things.
Yeah.
Because you're not alone in a lot of things you do.
Right.
Yeah.
And
so-
a lot of people do feel like that, and that's why we have so many like hotlines and this and that and outreach centers and stuff like that. And some people just don't know that you can do
Yeah.
that. So I think that's really good to have that perspective. Where can what do you have like coming up? Like anything for people to look out for? Any shout out or any
Nothing really. I'll let you know if I do
social
my
shout outs or anything like
yeah,
that?
I'll let you know if I do my podcast. I'll shout out my husband. Hi, Lewis. Love you. He's at work right now. They switched our schedules when I got promoted, so I barely see him.
Right.
So I hate it. But anyway, it's only for 6 months.
Okay.
If you're going to Spooky Empire, catch me there probably this Sunday.
Okay.
I'm going this Sunday, dressed as Nancy Downs from The Craft.
That's gonna be
Because
fire.
everyone says I look like
Get some
her,
good
so I'm like,
pictures.
I'll do it. Yep. The long skirt. It's just like, he's sorry, like that stuff. Yeah.
Straight from the movie.
Yeah.
And where can they reach you at?
I mean, don't add me on Facebook if I don't know you. That's weird as fuck. Number one, I am the meme
Instagram,
queen.
YouTube, anything like that?
Instagram,
TikTok,
just
anything?
Nicole Montanez 69. If you want to cash out me, Nicole Montanez 69. Begging the stallion,
Right.
always take money. What else? I'm not on Twitter, but my Twitter is called Irrelevant. I did that when I was like 13. And it's like, oh, irrelevant, Nicole.
Irrelevant. Okay.
Yeah, that's about it.
Dope.
You can add me on Facebook if you want, but you'll sit in my fucking pending for 6 years.
Right. I think I like how this episode went. I think that we had a lot of fun.
Yeah.
I'm glad that on such short notice we just got you right in here. And quick shout out to Rich Show Productions, quick shout out to Richie Ray, quick shout out to Trap Cobain for letting us use his space again.
Trap Cobain.
Yeah, I think this is gonna be a good episode, and I know we have probably a lot more other shit we could talk about too, but that's a good part about podcasts. You can have a million episodes, so we'll probably get back on another episode. Maybe we'll have you on that.
Chip.
Yeah, we'll have you on the
scared.
next episode, the Hot Chip Challenge.
Like and subscribe if you want to see me throw up.
Right. Comment in the bottom there if you want to see her throw up from a hot chip. But with that being said,
I will
think
shit my pants on camera.
we could.
If the people want it, I won't. But
We'll do this. We'll point in the camera and we'll say "shit my pants." No, I'm kidding. We'll say "Suave and Friends."
Suave and Friends.
Yeah.
Okay.
On the count of three. On this one over here.
Okay.
1, 2, 3. Suave and Friends.